Good morning. I know technically it's noon, but I like the mornings better, so we're going to go with morning. I don't know, you're supposed to say good noon. Well, anyway, good morning, good noon to you. Um, Go ahead when you're on in the group. Let me know you're there. Say hello. Let me know where you're from. I hope you're able to join us last week. This is our second in our series of Tuesday tune-ups, which are just little tips to help you become the best you can be, the healthiest, happiest, most at peace with yourself person you can be. So last week we talked about some tools to make changes stick if you wanted to make a resolution or a change in your life stick. I would like to know in the comments if you tried any of those tools, and if so, how they went, what worked for you, what didn't. Maybe you discovered another tool that worked better. Let me know in the comments because I'd love to hear about it. Today we're going to talk about kind of an umbrella to making any kind of change, and it's a good day to talk about umbrellas here in Texas, but if you don't have this umbrella, no matter what tools, what tricks, what changes you're trying to make, you're obviously gonna make them much harder for yourself. So just like if you didn't have the umbrella, you get all wet. If you don't have this umbrella when you're trying to make changes, your changes will get all wet, which are then a lot harder to do. So this huge umbrella has a lot of things it can do for you other than keep off the rain. If you do not have this umbrella, you have an increased risks of accidents. You have decreased levels of concentration, problem-solving skills kind of go out the window. It's hard to learn things, decreased sex drive. You have increases in depression and anxiety, weight gain, decision-making, like I said, goes out the window. And if all of that wasn't bad enough, you're also at a higher risk for heart disease, diabetes, stroke, high blood pressure. I mean, the list of things they find that relate to this go on and on. It seems like every day there's a new study. And this umbrella that I'm talking about that's so important is sleep. And sleep, having enough sleep makes such a difference in no matter what you're trying to do. Hey there. Hi, Tri-Boy. Tri-Bro. I always call you Tri-Boy. That's the dyslexia in me. Tri-Bro. So what I want to talk, let's look at how a change like this, how sleep affects it. So let's say I'm trying to lose weight. Who doesn't need to lose a couple pounds, right? I mean, there are some of you out there, but most of us need to lose some pounds. If I'm sleep deprived, I'm already at a disadvantage because my metabolism is going to be slower than it would be otherwise. So right off the gate, I already have a little steeper hill to climb. If I'm sleep deprived, the second whammy is I'm going to be craving foods that are higher in sugar, salt, and fat. So they've done some really cool studies on people that are sleep deprived, where they've done scans of their brains, and they've actually had the people switch. So it was not just individual differences, but they were sleep deprived for a couple days, and then they were sleep not deprived for a couple days, and they did scans of their brain. And what they found is individuals that were sleep deprived, the areas of their brain that lit up in these scans were going to be the more primal parts of the brain, the more instinctual parts of the brain. Some people call this the critter brain or the primal brain. And this is the brain that responds to rewards immediately. It doesn't like to delay gratification. It doesn't like to look at the long plan. It is more functioning on an instinctual, I want it now level. And the people that had adequate sleep had more activity in the higher functioning parts of the brain, more of the complex thinking, more of the delayed gratification area. So that's the second whammy if I'm sleep deprived and trying to lose weight. I'm going to crave the sugar, fat, and salt, the things that make me feel good now, foods. So the third area is being sleep deprived can really affect your activity levels. So not only is my workout routine going to feel harder, I'm going to fatigue sooner, and I'm not going to be able to work out at the levels that I would work out if I had gotten enough sleep. Now, how much sleep is enough? That varies from person to person. On average, the numbers still say 7 to 9. So sorry about that for some of you. But that's an average. You know, people know what's working well for them. You need to also keep in mind that if you're in a heavy workout period or have a lot of stress going on in your life, might need more than average because you need more time to recover. And stress is not just physical stress, it's also emotional stress. It's kind of one big stress pile. So that would cause your rates of sleep needs to go higher. So let's look at how do we go about getting enough sleep. So there's 5 tools I wanted to share with you today of how to get enough good quality sleep, not just good sleep, but quality sleep. The first one is you want to have a regular sleep routine, pattern, and rhythm. This means no sleeping until noon on Saturday, no staying up late till party on Friday. So it's not a great fun life necessarily. It can be, and you can have those moments. But as much as possible, you want to try and go to sleep at the same time and wake up at the same time every day. This gets your body in the habit, gets your brain into the routine, and gets you better quality sleep. And the second trick, take the technology out of the bedroom. So you don't need to have screens, alerts, TVs in the bedroom. There's been studies that have shown that just the light from looking at the screen can disrupt your brain and melatonin levels and make you feel like it's time to be awake when really you should be asleep. I know some apps now, some devices have a nighttime setting where they kind of are trying to resolve that for you. But still, even when I think my device is on an airplane mode, I know there's alerts going off. I hear them. There's things happening. There's chimes. There's buzzers, right? So just kick them out of the bedroom. You want the bedroom to become a place not where you're doing work in the middle of the night or scanning Facebook if you wake up, but a place of rest and a place where you are accustomed to sleeping. The third thing, no caffeine in the afternoon. Now this is a hard one, but you want to try and limit your caffeine after noon. They found that anything after noon, I mean 12 p.m., I keep saying noon, but 12 p.m. it can disrupt your sleep. So either no caffeine or reducing the amount of caffeine you're taking in the afternoon. The fourth thing is you want to eat at least 2 hours before you go to bed. So you want to have time. I know it's tempting, especially if you've eaten like all you can eat barbecue, to just want to crash and go to bed right away. But you want to give your body at least 2 hours between when you eat before you try and go to sleep to start processing some of that food and working through some of it. One, your metabolism will be higher, so it'll be easier to get rid of that food and deal with it and put it to use. But two, it's also disruptive to your sleep and the quality of sleep you're getting if your body's having to kind of process all this fuel. And the fifth tool for helping to make sure you get good quality sleep is to avoid alcohol. Now, this is going to be hard for some people. So I like to think don't avoid alcohol, but maybe check in how much you're drinking in the evenings. Maybe try and reduce it, see if you've noticed an impact. What happens with the alcohol, and it doesn't even have to be a lot, but you might find that a nightcap and you're out right away. And that happens to a lot of people. They think, oh, it's helping me sleep because I fall asleep right away. But what actually happens is you're not getting into that deeper quality sleep where a lot of the restorative stuff happens. And so you're kind of at a light level and you're going to wake up more throughout the night overall. So those are our 5 steps to make sure you're getting a good night's sleep. We have the regular rhythm, regular routine. We have to get the technology out of the bedroom. We have the avoiding caffeine after 12 p.m., or at least reducing the caffeine. We have the eating at least 2 hours before you go to sleep. And we have the reducing or avoiding alcohol altogether during the day to help you get a good quality sleep. One thing I want to address about this is naps. Naps are fine if you are not predisposed to insomnia or depression or anxiety. They found in those cases that naps can actually disrupt your sleep. But if you find that you're falling asleep pretty well every night and sleeping pretty well, a 10-20 minute nap isn't going to kill you. As a matter of fact, it could be very good and restorative. What you want to do is you want to keep it to 10 to 20 minutes. You've all probably had that experience where you fall asleep for like an hour in the middle of the day and you wake up and you're just groggy and you need the sugar and you're exhausted and it's getting a hard time back to thinking. So keep the nap limited to 10 to 20 minutes, and I would actually keep the nap earlier than 3 p.m. That was the magic number I saw. If it's after 3 p.m., it's more likely to interfere with your sleep. So those are tools you can use to make sure you're getting a good night's sleep. We want that protective sleep umbrella to kind of protect us from all the other stresses so we can make the changes we're looking for. So I want you to go ahead in the comments, let me know if any of these tools are something that you think would help you sleep better. If there's another tool out there that you like, please share it with the group so we can all benefit from it. And if there's anything always that you want to follow up with on a more individualized, personalized level, reach out for me. I'm happy to help you with this. Can't wait to see you next week, Tuesday at noon, same time, same place for our Tuesday tune-up. Hope you like this one, and please, any comments or feedback, if there's someone out there that you think could benefit from this, please share it. Thanks, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye.